for your talk this evening. My question is somewhat close to Professor Deneen's. The way that I understood your talk, we meet three archetypes: the gratitudinal, the rationalists, and transhumanists. And the lens that was used at the beginning of the talk to distinguish perhaps was one between this freedom, this initiative taking, this divergence, and opposite that, we have the Tocqueville quote outlining, which could also be called the anachristic, would be the controlling system, the massifying system, the rationalizing, standardizing, homogenizing, and so forth. And I also reacted. I could see the rationalist archetype really fitting into that latter problematic model. The question is whether or not the transhumanist does, because one could equally say that they violate. And Elon Musk is a great example. That is, we talk about SpaceX, but what about Neuralink? What about this push to take the human body, make it better, not necessarily to the point of massifying and homogenizing people, but allowing perhaps even an individual to transcend the body for the sake of extinction?
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of my point in invoking the transhumanists, that it's a continuation or radicalization of the project to overcome any external limits to human will. Yeah, and the whole Neuralink. I hope that by praising the rocket capture, it wasn't taken as a wholesale endorsement of all of the Elon Musk's projects. Not least the falsification of safety data about the self-drive function on Teslas, which I go into in my book. That's a side thing. But so the continuity that I suggested between the rationalists and the transhumanists was not satisfying to you, right?
Sure. Not quite sure, but I'm wondering if there is, if there's more discontinuity between the two.
And what does the discontinuity consist of?
That one, the rationalist does absolutely lurch toward the system.
Okay.
Systematization, whereas the transhumanist might actually violate.
Because it's somehow like this individual project of sort of tinkering with your body or whatever, your brain with implants or something. Yeah, I guess I'm fairly tend toward a kind of dystopian thinking, such that once that becomes available by processes of competition, it'll become obligatory, kind of like it's a kind of enhancement possibility, maybe, so that these technologies, you always hear, well, it depends on how you use it, or you're free to not use it, but they end up framing the whole society in such a way as to make some things impossible.